Cheers. This is my first time trying this kombucha. I'm not even gonna lie. I was completely swayed by the cute packaging. Welcome in to an incredibly exciting video where we're gonna talk all about how much YouTube paid me in my first full year of being monetized. If you're curious what a realistic year's worth of earnings looks like for a small creator, I hope that this video can be a little bit enlightening. I feel like I can offer a little bit of a different perspective on this topic because a lot of the videos that I've seen like this are from creators who get monetized and then experience a lot of growth. So their revenue changes very quickly to reflect that growth. And that's not been the case for me. My growth has been incredibly slow and steady over the past year. So I hope that I can provide you with a little bit more of a realistic sense of what you can expect when you get monetized if you are a smaller creator. So we're going to be diving deep into my analytics. We're going to do a month-by-month breakdown of how much I earned, my top earning videos, my highest and lowest earning days, all of the good stuff. But before we get into all of that, I want to give you guys a very quick recap of my monetization journey, how long it took me to actually get monetized, where my channel's at now. If you already know all of this, or if you just want to jump right into the revenue analytics, I will have timestamps in the description so you can jump around the video. Let's taste this. I still haven't tried it. Okay. Ooh, that's really good. Okay. So at this current time, my channel is at 2,283 subscribers. I posted my very first video on this channel back in May of 2021. Hello from Editing Brielle. I actually dug up the footage from my first video to share with you guys. I was honestly surprised by how drastically different my presence was on camera. Cue the footage. Hi. My name is Brielle, and today we are talking about the fact that when I was 16 years old, honestly, this is such a weird thing for me to tell. Anyway, that's sort of all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to go make myself some pizza. Bye. I've been at this for a long time and I'm just now at 2,283 subscribers. For me, this is very realistic growth. This is kind of what a beginner YouTuber can and should expect in my mind. YouTube is a slow burn. If you ask literally any creator ever, they're going to tell you YouTube is a slow burn. It's not an overnight thing, at least not for the majority of creators. Of course, there are those overnight successes, but for most of us, it is a marathon, not a sprint. So if you are watching this video because you're considering being a creator and you're interested in the idea of getting monetized and making money from this, just know that it's going to take you several years to get there. It doesn't mean that's not possible, but you need to be ready to commit for at least a few years before you start seeing any sort of revenue or any sort of results. So in terms of my actual monetization timeline. So like I mentioned, I posted my first video back in May of 2021 and I did not get monetized until September 20th, 2022, which means that it took me about a year and 4 months to get monetized. And if you are curious, I had uploaded 70 videos at that point. So it took me 70 videos, a year and 4 months to get monetized. Interestingly enough, I did actually hit my watch hour requirement before I hit my subscriber requirement, which is not what I was expecting to see. So it did take me a year and 4 months to hit 1,000 subscribers. And as you can probably tell by my current subscriber count, my second year of growth was very similar. It took me just about a year to hit my next 1,000 subscribers. And now, as you saw, I'm sitting a little bit over 2K. So I got monetized in September 2022, and then I earned 3 months of revenue in October, November, December, got a YouTube paycheck in January. I'm not going to dive into those numbers because I have an entire video talking about them, which is my first YouTube paycheck video. So if you're curious about those first 3 months of monetization, I will have that video linked in the description. Today we're just going to be talking about the money that I earned in 2023, which was my first full year of being monetized. All of that being said, it is time for us to get into the revenue analytics. The only thing that you really need to know coming out of that YouTube paycheck video was that I was making about $30 a month in the end of 2022. So my first 3 months being monetized, that's what I got to know as my norm, my average, and we'll see how that changed as soon as 2023 started, because it did change pretty drastically. So let's start off with January of 2023. So I was coming off of a really hot month in December. December was a great month for me because I posted 2 resets that did very well, my December reset and my 2023 reset. So those videos were still kind of killing it a little bit in January. However, the content I actually uploaded in January was not killing it as much. So in the month of January, I got 3,757 views. I gained 38 subscribers, and my estimated revenue was $11.80. As you can see, this was a drastic dip from the $30-ish that I was averaging at the end of 2022. I think this is for a few reasons. One, my content wasn't doing super great this month, but also if you know anything about YouTube AdSense, your RPM, which is essentially how much you make per 1,000 views, tends to dip in January because advertisers are pulling a lot of their money out of YouTube ads, versus in like December, that's when ad rates tend to be super high because companies are trying to use up their advertising budgets. So that's something you should keep in mind if you are on the road to monetization. Expect to see your AdSense decline in January unless you're having a crazy good month in terms of views, obviously. So the videos I posted this month were honestly nothing crazy. They didn't even make it into my top 5 performing videos of the month. All of those spots were dominated by previous content. But in terms of what I did post, I put out a creating a vision board video, which was kind of building off of the resets that I did, but that video did not perform as well. It only got like 175 views. I posted my first YouTube paycheck video. I won't lie, I had higher expectations for that video. It didn't really perform that well. I posted a video about should you live alone. I posted a get ready with me. Like, I was just putting out all sorts of content. And then of course I posted my February reset, which also did not do as well as the previous resets had. Usually my resets are very dependable content. They tend to perform. They're a video that I know is going to do well every time I post one, but there's still fluctuation within that. Sometimes they get a couple hundred views, sometimes they get a couple thousand views. So let's break down my top 3 videos from the month. So at number 3, we have my 2023 reset video. Like I said, I posted this in December, but it was still trickling in a little bit of views at the beginning of January. Makes sense. People are still resetting for 2023. So that video made $1.19. My February reset made $1.44. And my top earner by far was I Tried Bumble BFF So You Don't Have To, making $4.18. If you guys have seen me talk about my analytics before, this has not come as a surprise. This video does very well and has done very well for years. On my lowest earning day this month, I made 10 cents. And on my highest earning day, I made $1.18. Seeing these numbers coming out of how I was doing at the end of 22, I was kind of like, oh shoot. I really thought that $30 was going to be my new dependable income. In fact, I was hoping to scale that, and then to see that cut to literally a third for January was a little bit discouraging. I'm not even going to lie. It sucked a little bit. So that was January. Morale was a little low. And then we get into February. So in February, I got 3,633 views. Views were still a little bit low. That's definitely on the lower side for my channel. I gained 33 subscribers, also on the low side for my channel. And my revenue was $12.69. So barely better than what we did in January. The beginning of the year was slow. It was definitely slow. Now in February, I attempted something a little bit crazy and posted 8 times. So I posted 8 videos in this month, but despite that large amount of uploading, as you can kind of tell, it didn't really help my channel very much, which was interesting to see. I mean, I think it's the type of content that I was doing. Obviously, because I was uploading so much, I was kind of sacrificing maybe, I don't want to say the quality of the videos, but I wasn't pouring as much time and effort into each video because I needed to make a little bit faster, a little bit simpler videos to manage this upload schedule. So needless to say, you could say the 2 times a week uploads didn't pay off. I honestly feel like my channel does the best in the months where I just post smash hits. Like a month where I post 3 times might do way better than this month where I posted 8 times. I did have 2 videos do somewhat well this month. So that was my March reset, which got 425 views, and my Notion tour, which got like 250 views. The rest of them did substantially worse. I posted some personal development content, a vlog, an apartment decor haul. Like, I was really just trying to experiment with my content at this time. I was really just throwing all sorts of videos at the wall and seeing what sticked. I did really like my Notion tour video though. That was a video I was really proud of and that I think turned out well. In terms of my top earners for the month, so at number 3 we have my February reset, which earned 92 cents in the month. The fact that that made it into my top 3 and didn't even make $1 kind of shows you how this month was. My second highest earner was the March reset, which made $2.36, which I posted towards the end of February. And then my top earning video of the month was I Tried Bumble BFF So You Don't Have To, $3.68. So as you can tell from that top 3, like I said, my resets are some of my best best performers. So in terms of my lowest and highest earning days in February, on my lowest earning day, I made 15 cents. And on my highest earning day, I made $1.54. So pretty similar to what we saw in January. Now, March is where we start to see a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel. And this is a great example of what I said about quality over quantity. March was a month of very strategic uploads that did pretty well for me, as opposed to February, where I was just kind of posting a bunch of random stuff, but trying to upload a lot of times. In March, my channel got 4,470 views. So we broke through 4,000. Still nothing crazy, but better than we had been doing at the beginning of the year. I gained 42 subscribers and I generated $19.25 in revenue. This month, I posted the first part of my apartment hunting in LA series, which would turn out to actually be pretty beneficial for my channel. That series ended up doing pretty well for me. I don't feel like that's surprising. Moving content on YouTube tends to perform decently well, and LA is somewhat searchable or desirable as a location to live. I will say in the past several years, we've seen LA kind of decline, I feel like, in terms of popularity online, and New York has really taken the cake for where people want to be or the type of content people watch. You put New York City in the title of your video and you're gonna be like rolling in views. That being said, of course, LA is still a big city, so there's searchability there. People might be looking for apartment related videos in LA. So that apartment hunting video did pretty well when I first posted it. It got about 1,000 views in the month of March, but it also continued to grow over time, and it's still doing pretty well. Like, it still gets views every day, it's still growing, and we'll see it continue to be a steady performer throughout the rest of the year, pretty much. So yes, it did pretty well off the bat, but also it was a bit of a sleeper hit where it's just kind of been growing over time. I also posted a video called I Learned to Sing from Scratch with No Experience. Again, it did okay when I first posted it, got like 370 views this month, but this video has also been consistently growing over time. And I also posted my 9 to 5 work from home routine, which again, did pretty well when I posted it, has grown over time. So lots of great videos this month that were somewhat evergreen and could continue to generate views and revenue in future months. So definitely was being very strategic about my content this month. I was doing a ton of keyword research. Something I still want to improve about my strategy is prioritizing more evergreen content so that I don't feel like I'm relying on the performance of the videos I'm posting necessarily for how my channel's doing in a given month. It'd be really nice to just have a catalog of videos that are still getting pushed out. So in terms of my top 3 earning videos, my third top earner was my April reset, which generated $1.66, posted at the end of the month, obviously. My second top earning video was I Tried Bumble BFF So You Don't Have To. That's the first time that that video has been knocked out of first place, which made $4.38. And my top earning video was my apartment hunting in LA video, the first part of my new moving series, which made $6.16, which is pretty high even for the number of views that that video got, because the RPM for this video is pretty high, which is kind of random. I don't think I would have expected the RPM to be super high for an apartment hunting video. I feel like RPM is a little bit unpredictable. General wisdom is that RPM is higher on videos like finance content, even some like productivity sort of content. For me personally, I've noticed that my RPM is the lowest on topics that are a little bit more abstract. So like when I talk about personal development, those RPMs tend to be pretty low because I'm not talking about like products or things that people can buy. So I feel like it's not as appealing to advertisers to want to be on those videos, which is interesting. Okay, let's break down April. So in April, I got 4,256 views. I gained 61 subscribers. So we're starting to see the subscribers gained go a little bit up. And my estimated revenue was $20.06. So that was our first time breaking through $20 in 2023, which we loved to see. Things were finally starting to look up after the very rocky start to the beginning of 2023. Only posted 4 times again this month, but they were also very strategic uploads. I posted the next 2 parts of my apartment hunting / moving series. My May reset also did pretty well this month, and part 1 of the moving series was actually really continuing to perform throughout this entire month, which was really cool to see. And obviously that was shuffling people into later parts of the series. So if you like listen to YouTube advice, you'll often often hear people say that series can be your best friend, and that's because there's a very clear pipeline for people to watch through from video to video. So having the first video in that series do well was like really ideal because people were being dropped in right at the beginning. It was kind of like, you know, a match made in heaven, like divine intervention. So in terms of my top 3 earners, this is interesting. My third highest earning video was my May reset. This video made $3.55. You can see quite a change here from when my third top earner was making less than $1. This video was posted very close to the end of the month, so it continued getting views into May. My second top earner video was I Tried Mobile BFF, $4.36. And my top earning video, once again, was apartment hunting in LA, the first part of my apartment hunting series. That made $4.68. So that video was continuing to generate revenue for me. My lowest earning day, I made 30 cents, and my highest earning day, I made $2.94 on the last day of the month because my May reset was starting to do well. This is so interesting to me because I've never really looked at the numbers this way, and it's cool to see from like this bird's eye view why my numbers were what they were. Like looking at it in retrospect, it seems a lot clearer what was working and what wasn't. Seeing the momentum that I gained in those first few months, very interesting. Let's talk about May. So in May, my channel got 6,314 views. I gained 88 subscribers and my revenue was $33.09. So here we're seeing the first month where my revenue was matching what I was getting at the end of 2022. So it took me a few months, but I finally got back to that place where I was making a good $30 a month. This is a very interesting month for content for me. I posted the final part of my moving series, which did okay. Nothing crazy. Now that series was complete, so people could go through and watch it, and I was happy to have that as a playlist on my channel to be viewed for many, many months to come. I posted a personal development video titled Why Discipline is Actually Self-Love, which did surprisingly good for a personal development video on my channel. And then, most importantly, I posted Purging My Entire Closet because I'm sick of everything I own. I knew that video was gonna do well because the all-time highest viewed video on my channel was the first video that I made purging my closet. I titled this one very similarly. The thumbnail even has sort of a similar layout to the first one. So I was very much trying to, I don't want to say replicate, but take what worked with that first video and copy it over. That video didn't do as well as the original, but it still is one of the top videos on my channel. Right off the bat, in only like the week that it was posted, got 1,400 views, pretty high for me, so I knew it was going to go off a little bit. So in terms of my top earning content this month, my third top earner was my June reset. That video made $3.42. Second top earner, I Tried Mobile BFF, $5.37. Top earning video was that Purging My Entire Closet because I'm sick of everything I own video, which made $9.79. My lowest earning video of the month made 33 cents, and my highest earning day made $3.67 right towards the end of the month after I'd posted the closet clean out. No surprise there. All right, now we move into June. June was a great month for my channel. So in June, I got 8,215 views. I got 123 subscribers. So that is the first month where I've got over 100 subscribers in a single month, at least in 2023. Not like ever. And then in terms of revenue, I generated $45.35. That was very exciting for me to be almost making $50 in a month. Also, I'm realizing that I didn't touch on this, so I'm just gonna throw this in here. In order to actually get a paycheck from Google AdSense, for YouTube to actually hand you your AdSense revenue, you need to make $100. So for the first literally like 6 months of 2023, I was not receiving any of the money that I was earning because I hadn't reached that payout threshold. Because I was having months where I was making $10, it wasn't gonna be easy for me to hit that 100 to actually get a payout. So June is the month that finally put me over the edge in terms of being able to actually receive a paycheck from YouTube in July. There's like a 1 month delay from when you hit the payout threshold to when you actually get that money. I went from taking 3 months to get a paycheck at the end of 2022 to then taking 6 entire months to actually get a paycheck in 2023. Wasn't the best. And this is something that I feel like is probably more common than we realize or see, is not being able to hit the payout threshold on a month-to-month basis when your channel is still small. So throughout this entire year, you know, my channel was chilling in the 1,000 something subscribers sort of range with that sort of audience, and without videos that were going crazy viral, I was not hitting my payout threshold. So I just feel like that's good to keep in mind if you are maybe soon to be monetized or hoping to be monetized, is just because you get monetized doesn't mean you're going to be getting like a thick paycheck from YouTube every month. In fact, you might not even be getting any paycheck from YouTube every single month. So definitely keep that in mind. Monetization does not automatically equal monthly revenue from AdSense. Yes, you're going to be making money every month, but you might not actually see that money until far down the line. Back to June. So in terms of what I posted this month. So I posted 6 times this month, which is definitely on the higher end for me. But honestly, my channel was not really being carried by my uploads, which we'll get into when we discuss the top earners. I posted Stop Working So Hard, How to Live a Soft Life While Still Getting Things Done. This was a personal development video, and I believe to this day it's my best performing personal development video. Loved this thumbnail. It was me in an infinity pool. I feel like it was good. So that got almost 1,000 views this month. I also posted my mid-year goals check-in early June, which actually, now that I'm looking at this is very interesting because this video now is like a high performer for me. But even though I posted it like June 6th, in this month it got 744 views, a fraction of what it ended up actually getting. So it must have gone off in July. Those were like the most prominent videos. I also posted like a productivity video. Obviously I posted a reset. I posted my 2 years on YouTube video where I talked about my YouTube journey so far. So this is actually a really great time in my channel in terms of how I personally felt about my content. Felt very confident about what I was putting out at this time. Loved the thumbnails I was doing. Like, this was a time of bliss for sure within my channel. In terms of my top earners, so my third top earning video was my mid-year goals check-in that made $3.75. This is interesting because this video got substantially fewer views than the personal development video that really went off this month, but it made more money because, like I said previously, those personal development videos, the RPM is not great. In second place in terms of my top earners, we have I Tried Bumblebee FF So You Don't Have To. Surprise, surprise. That video made $5.44. And then my top earning video was Purging My Entire Closet Because I'm Sick of Everything I Own, which made $13.22. The first video of the year to make over $10 in a single month. So as you can see, this video was continuing to go off this month. It got about 2,000 views within June. So continuing to perform, really uplifting my channel overall, honestly. I strongly recommend making a closet clean out video if that is of any interest to you and you're a creator, because I've seen it do very well for myself, but I've also seen it do very well for a lot of other small creators. I just feel like it's a very searchable video. People love watching them. So in the month of July, my channel got 6,611 views. I gained 87 subscribers and made $27.80. This month, I feel like the content that I posted was just not the most strategic. It was very much stuff that I just wanted to put out, but that I didn't necessarily think was going to do overly well. July was the beginning of my fun employed era. I took a couple months off of my 9-to-5 and was really focused on content during this time, but I do feel like in retrospect, I could have been a little bit smarter with what I was posting to really take advantage of this time in terms of content. In terms of my top 3 earners for the month, my third earning video was Purging My Entire Closet Because I'm Sick of Everything I Own, which made $4.31. This video was starting to slow down a little bit. It definitely peaked back in June. Second top earner was my mid-year goals check-in, which made $5.63. This is a video I posted back in June, but that really gained some momentum in July. Yeah, it got over 1,000 views in the month of July, so it really took off, a little bit delayed in July. And then my top earning video for the month was I Tried Bumblebee FF So You Don't Have To, which made $6.15. So this was kind of a month of riding the high of previous content, not really a month where the videos I actually posted were doing that well, but I had some momentum with the apartment hunting series, the Purging My Closet video, that mid-year goals check-in that still made it a pretty decent month in terms of revenue and views. Moving into August. So in August, my channel got 6,270 views. I gained 63 subscribers and I made $28.38. So pretty on par with the sorts of numbers that I was seeing in July. In terms of what I posted my aesthetic desk makeover video this month, which has done pretty well for me. I posted how to build a wardrobe you actually like. I really loved that video and it did pretty well. It got about 500 views. Then I also posted like a personal development video, a finance related video. So in terms of my top earners, my third top earning video was that aesthetic desk makeover video, which made $1.99. Second top earner was my August reset, which made $5.79. And my top earning video for the month was I tried Mobile BFF so you don't have to, coming in at $7.17. My lowest earning day for the month, I made 40 cents. And my highest earning day of the month, I made $4.01. Let's discuss September. So in September, I got 5,744 views, gained 70 subscribers, and made $25.50. The momentum that I had seen from like the purging my closet video had really died at this point. It was back to getting like 100 views in the month, but nothing substantial. Apartment hunting video was still going strong though. And I did post some pretty good performers this month. Specifically, I posted how I use time blocking to be really productive, which got 806 views this month. When I talk about like productivity planning, things like that, they tend to do pretty well. Don't feel like that's surprising because my audience likes monthly resets. I feel like it makes sense that they would also like planning and productivity content. It all sort of marries together. I also posted my first Q&A this month, which is a video that I really love. It was very much niche though, and for my audience, so not something that was necessarily going to like blow up for me or get super recommended. I only posted 4 times this month. Looks like there was a pretty big stretch between uploads. I was starting a new job, so this was the end of my fun employed era, so I assume I took like a week off of uploading while I was dealing with like training and starting at that job. In terms of my top earners this month, my third top earning video was apartment hunting in LA, starting the search for my new apartment. Video was still doing well, making $2.09 this month. Second top earner was my September reset. That video made $3.61, and my top earner for the month was I tried Bumble BFF so you don't have to, coming in at $6.44. My lowest earning day this month, I made 42 cents, and my highest earning day was $3.04 right at the beginning of the month. As you can kind of see, a little bit of a pattern here. My top earning days tend to be either at the beginning or end of the month because that coincides with when I'm posting my reset. So those tend to be peaks in terms of my views because those videos do pretty well as soon as I post them versus other videos where we see their performance like kind of stretches out over a long period of time. The resets, it's like they don't have a long shelf life because it's very specific to the month that they're talking about, but they tend to spike up for me when I post them. Does that make sense? All right, we're getting into fall time now. So in October, my channel got 5,915 views. I gained 93 subscribers and generated $31.15. So that's actually pretty good revenue and subscribers for the amount of views that I got. I feel like that might be because it was starting to get towards the end of the year, so ad rates were going up a little bit. I think the reason that I gained so many subscribers in October is because my October reset did really well. It got 1,600 views, so that's substantially better than an average performing reset does on my channel, and I feel like a decent number of those views were new to me. Sometimes my resets do well, but it's mostly people who are already watching them. This, I feel like I actually did pull in some new viewers, so it makes sense to me that I gained a decent amount of subscribers this month. That was definitely the top performer of the month, but I also posted a vlog talking about how I balance YouTube with my full-time job, and that video did surprisingly well. It got a good 500 views. Definitely something I'm going to keep an eye on for the future because it seems like people are interested in that sort of topic. Also posted a personal development video called You're Not Sad, You're Bored, and that video did really well in terms of personal development videos on my channel, getting 893 views. I feel like that thumbnail was also pretty strong. It was like me in front of a flower wall. Something I've noticed with the personal development videos is they do definitely tend to do best when the photo is like an aesthetic, me out and about in the world type of picture instead of just like me sitting in front of the camera like I am now. So in terms of my top earners for the month, my third top earner was that personal development video, You're Not Sad, You're Bored, which made $4.58. Second top earner of the month was I tried Bumble BFF so you don't have to, which made $6.15. And then my top earner for the month, no surprise here, was my October reset, making $8.61. On my lowest earning day for the month, I made 34 cents. In my highest earning day, I made $4.34. I feel like a lot of these lowest and highest earning days are in a very similar place. And I would say on like an average day, I'm making between like 50 cents and $1. Like that's like a normal day, not an upload day, not a day when some video is going off, but like baseline, that's kind of what I can expect. All right, we're getting to the last few months of the year. So now let's talk about November. November was interesting. My channel got 4,744 views, substantially less than we were seeing the past few months. I gained 85 subscribers though, which is not bad for that many views, and generated $26.66 in revenue. I only posted 4 times this month, and 2 of those times were like on the very first day and very last day of the month. So in the middle of the month, I only posted twice. I took a solid 2 weeks off of uploading in November. Why did this happen? There is a very concrete reason. This was the month where I really got started with my second channel. So during 2023, at the tail end of 2023, I created a second channel which is focused on writing content. In November, I was posting a lot on that second channel because I was doing a writing challenge and I was posting weekly vlogs. So needless to say, this main channel did not get as much of my attention in November, so I'm not surprised that my views and my revenue dipped a little bit this month. In terms of my videos this month, so my November reset, which I posted on the first day of the month, did well. It got a good 1,000 views. I also made a video creating a new budget, and that video seemed to be a bit of a hit. Got like 700 views, continued growing, still is getting like little trickling in of views now. So that video I feel like is pretty evergreen. It's pretty always relevant. So in terms of my top 3 earners this month, number 3 was create a new budget with me after a pay raise. That video made $4.60. Second top earner was my November reset, which made $5.74. And my top earning video, I tried Bumble BFF so you don't have to, $6.09. On my lowest earning day, I made 33 cents. And on my highest earning day, I made $3.76. Last but not least, let's discuss December. And we saw the highest earning month since back in June, was it? Since the summer when I made $45. So in December, my channel got 8,328 views. On the higher side for my channel, definitely. I gained 98 subscribers. Also on the higher side for my channel. My estimated revenue for December was $44.73. December was a very fascinating month in terms of content. First off, I only posted 3 times. Very low. Again, I was balancing this channel with the writing channel, as well as the holidays obviously were in there. This is a prime example of what I said earlier about quality over quantity. Strategic uploads can make all of the difference in your views regardless of how often you're posting. So in this month, like I said, posted 3 times. First one was what I spend in a week as a 24-year-old in LA. This was a video that I've been meaning to make for a long time, but just kept putting off because any video where I have to check in throughout the week just takes a lot of energy out of me. But I'm so glad I made that video because it did very well, and it has that sort of evergreen quality where it could keep doing well for a long time. Hopefully, maybe it'll have like another spike or something. And then I started posting my 2024 reset type of content, starting with, did I achieve my 2023 goals? It didn't do as good as I was kind of hoping, and I was like a little bummed. But then towards the end of the month, on December 27th, I posted how I'm making 2024 my year, which was part 2 to that reset where I was just discussing my goals for 2024. And that video did very well. That video got 3,000 views in the month of December and is still getting a little bit of views in January as well. So in terms of my top earning content for the month, number 3, we have I tried Bumble BFF so you don't have to, making $5.64. Number 2 was that what I spend in a week video, which made $7.45. Pretty high for the number of views. Again, talking about money, so probably a higher RPM than usual. And then my top earner video was how I'm making 2024 my year, which made $13.71. My lowest earning day of the month, I made 24 cents. And then my highest earning day of the month, I made $6.26. So as you can see, there were like ups and downs throughout the year. There were periods where I had momentum, and then there were periods where I didn't. As you can see, it was not a situation where my revenue was going like this. Like, it was very much like, like this. And I think that is a pretty realistic picture of what you might be able to expect if you do become monetized. Let's discuss my totals for the year. So my total revenue for the year was $326.46. So if you kind of figure that out, 3 AdSense paychecks hit my bank account because I made about $300. My top earning videos of the year total, I think, is interesting to look at. Number 3, we have apartment hunting in LA. Such a dark horse video. It didn't make it into the top 3 that often after its initial upload, but it was always like number 4 or 5 in terms of my earners. That video made $28.90 this year. Second top earning video was purging my entire closet because I'm sick of everything I own. That video made $31.06. And then my top earning video for the year, take a wild guess. It is I Tried Bumble BFF So You Don't Have To, $65.04. That video is a prime example of the power of evergreen content on YouTube. Literally posted it years ago. Quality is not even great, but it is still performing to me every day to this day because it's such a searchable topic and it's a really untapped part of the market. Like, not that many videos exist on it and a lot of people search for it. So that video has found a sweet spot in the YouTube algorithm that I would love to find some more with videos. If you guys are new here and you stumbled upon this video, I would love if you would subscribe. If you made it to the end of this video, comment down below. Let's kill it in 2024. Let me know if you guys want to continue hearing me talk about this subject. I'm wishing you guys a happy 2024. I will see you in the next one. Bye.